Welcome my peeps, my peoples. Please like, comment, subscribe, share the video. It'll be greatly appreciated from the bottom of my heart, my peeps, my peoples. Peep Squad is in the building, baby. We going to the top. I'm going to bring others with us. So become a part of Peep Squad. Hit that notification bell. Be notified each and every time Peep Squad drops a video, baby. So let's get into it. Let's talk about NeNe Leakes and Cynthia Bailey, Real Housewives of Atlanta. It's going down for season 12. And it seems like NeNe Leakes and Cynthia Bailey are sitting down having a conversation. The conversation look kind of animated. There's no sound to it, but we're going to check it out and see what's going on. Let's see what's popping with this situation. Very animated. NeNe got her hands up. She's moving her head. And it's like Cynthia's like, okay, I don't know what's going on, but this is what it is. So we'll see what happens between Cynthia Bailey and NeNe Leakes. As we all know, NeNe Leakes has dropped a couple of interviews where she's basically dissing Cynthia Bailey, talking about Cynthia Bailey's that do girl for producers and she'll do anything the producer says. So we'll see what happens with that situation. Also, NeNe Leakes is kind of upset with Cynthia Bailey because Cynthia Bailey, for Real Housewives of Atlanta season 11, invited Kenya Moore to her wine event or Cynthia Bailey wine tasting or whatever the case may be, and Kenya Moore showed up there, and NeNe Leakes was under the impression that Kenya Moore was not going to be there, and since she was there, NeNe Leakes felt like it was a setup. But you got Cynthia saying that I didn't know she was coming. I offered her an invitation. I wasn't sure if she was gonna come or not. She didn't respond. You know, I did talk to Kandi Burruss about the situation. Then Kandi Burruss says, you know what, you wanted Kenya Moore here and now she's here. And it's like, how did Kandi Burruss get Kenya Moore to come to the event when Kenya Moore and Cynthia Bailey are really tight and close friends or whatever the case may be? But they might not be that close because Cynthia Bailey was not invited to Kenya Moore's wedding, which none of the ladies was anyway. So we have that situation. And then also NeNe Leakes felt betrayed by, Cynthia Bailey, because she feels like Cynthia Bailey should have went to Kenya Moore and addressed Kenya Moore about the things that Kenya Moore allegedly said in the media, causing havoc and drama between, NeNe Leakes and Kenya Moore, because NeNe Leakes feels like Kenya Moore was coming after her for no reason. They didn't even have a beef. And while they were filming season 11 was Kenya Moore dropping this and dropping that on, on the Instagram. So NeNe Leakes feels like she wanted Cynthia Bailey to address the situation with Kenya Moore, because NeNe Leakes felt like, she's your friend and you always defending her, but you always trying to tell me to be quiet. You trying to tell me to calm down and stay cool, whatever. But do you say anything to Kenya Moore? Or whatever the case may be. I don't believe Cynthia Bailey has the power to tell Kenya Moore what to do, how to do it, and when to do it, and how to say it. Kenya Moore wanted to make her splash on season 11, even though she wasn't on there, with things that she did or said on Instagram or to the blogs or whatever the case may be. So, and on the same note, I don't believe Cynthia Bailey has any control over NeNe Leakes or what she says, how she says it, and when she says it. So to me, it feels like Cynthia Bailey's in the middle of two women that are not friends. But at this point, NeNe Leakes feel like, she didn't have a problem with Kenya Moore. Kenya Moore made a problem with NeNe Leakes for season 11 while she wasn't filming. And NeNe Leakes wanted Cynthia Bailey to defend her. And Cynthia Bailey was like, nah, like, I'm not in the middle of this crap. Like, leave me out of it. I'm your friend. I'm her friend. Like, leave me out of it. So it went down from there. And then on top of that, NeNe Leakes felt like everybody was coming after her on the cast. Her and Tanya friendship end up like dissolving. And also Eva Marcel with NeNe Leakes friendship end up dissolving. And NeNe Leakes actually cut off Cynthia and said that she didn't want to be her friend no more. And then, NeNe Leakes didn't really have a problem with Kandi Burruss. She's like, Kandi Burruss doesn't really matter. It's not a big deal. So we had that situation. And then on top of that, NeNe Leakes was like, she's not here for Portia, because Portia and NeNe Leakes was going back and forth with conversations. And actually, NeNe Leakes felt like Portia Williams threw her under the bus with the don't say anything about this, don't say anything about that, or whatever the case may be. So they went back and forth with that situation, and NeNe Leakes just really felt like everybody was coming at her. And then on top of that, Greg had cancer, had pancreas cancer, so she was going through that too as well. And it's also been alleged that while Greg was going through his pancreas cancer, issue and illness, that NeNe Leakes started to seek help, and she ended up taking depression medication, and she is continued to take the depression medication, and therefore a lot of people believe that a lot of her relationships on the show, they will be revamped. So we'll see what happens with that situation. And also the blogs are also saying that NeNe Leakes was really going through a deep depression at that time, and I believe that possibly is very true, especially thinking everybody's against her husband's sick, and then she had her son girlfriend coming after her saying that she's a bad grandmother, and all types of stuff was going on. And then the love of her life is on his deathbed. Thank God that he's not on his deathbed anymore, and his cancer is in remission. And then on top of that, she felt like Greg was coming at her too, and very disrespectful. And then she also started to feel like, damn, would Greg be here for me if I would have cheated on him and I did this to him? So she had a lot of issues going on. So I believe the incident with the closet gate situation, if NeNe was like NeNe 2 years ago, I don't think she would have ended up assaulting the cameraman for going into her closet. It would have been a whole different situation. You could tell that she was going through a lot, and that's why she attacked and she went crazy, which is no excuse, because if I go out there and hit somebody, I'm gonna be locked up. I ain't got that NeNe Leakes money, and I don't work for Bravo. So it's alleged that she's on medication, and maybe the medication will help her with her depression. And it also seems like, she made a post a couple of weeks ago that she's going to try to mend the relationship with these ladies. Even though they have hurt her, she's going to come to them and apologize to them and try to make it right. So hopefully Cynthia Bailey and NeNe Leakes actually make up and come together. But you know what? Each and every one of these ladies have a side, and they have a story where they feel like the other person did them wrong, or this person did me wrong, or what you did to me is even worse than what you did to me. Like, everybody has their pain and hurt, and they think it's greater than the other person. So we'll see how it works out. We'll see if NeNe Leakes is able to salvage a lot of relationships on the show, because she really did have a close relationship with Cynthia Bailey and Portia Williams. We'll see if that can actually come to pass, and is NeNe Leakes and Tanya Sims actually going to be cool, because Tanya Sims actually jumped ship and was like, you know what, NeNe, you can try to diss me and the guy that I'm dating, whether I should marry him or not. So Tanya Sims, she went on a tangent with that, and then she just basically blew up as a reality TV star, and that was due to NeNe opening the door for her. So I wonder if their relationship is ever going to be repaired. It doesn't seem like it's a big situation, but NeNe feels like she was betrayed by Tanya Sims, and Tanya Sims feel like, yo, you ain't gonna talk to me and treat me any type of way, regardless if you open the door for me or not. And then we got Eva Marcel. She was basically on the show as NeNe Leakes' friend. She ended up getting a peach, and basically she turned on. She wasn't feeling NeNe Leakes. She felt like NeNe Leakes set her up and was microphoned up to embarrass her, or whatever the case may be. And then she's also mad at NeNe Leakes for Marlo Hampton exposing or making up a story about her, actually having an affair with another woman and actually can't afford a car, and her wedding's not paid for, and she's moving from place to place because she don't got any money, and she's a criminal and all that other stuff. So Eva got a bone to pick too as well. So we'll see what happens and what goes down for season 12, because each and every one of these ladies got a story to tell where they feel like they was betrayed and they were hurt. So we'll see what happens. I was just like, Cynthia Bailey and NeNe Leakes. And NeNe Leakes really trusts Cynthia. If Cynthia was actually taking Greg to his appointments too as well. And Greg at the reunion said a lot of nice things about Cynthia Bailey. And for NeNe Leakes to trust, Cynthia Bailey with Greg, because NeNe Leakes don't trust nobody around Greg, around her family, because she don't know what you're trying to do. She don't know if you're trying to get information. And if you can see that Greg has been very censored, even on the reunion, he was very censored. He looked at NeNe for what to say and what not to say, because she has told him things that you're going to say are going to be used against her. And right now on season 11, NeNe Leakes did look like the villain. So you guys tell me what you think. Peace. I'm out. One love to all my peeps and my peoples, and tell me what you think about all the ladies on the show.